The LA Rams, who moved to St. Louis and then returned to LA, go to a place where they have not played in many moons. The Meadowlands. I don't know what the stat is on that. It's off the top of my head. When was the last time the Rams played the Jets in the Meadowlands? Bill's going to look that up. This is a spike play. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers. Every time I see that Enigma video or the preview on Netflix, Enigma, I'm like, nope, murder. Nope, murder. I am a killer. I am a killer. Unsolved mysteries. I will say this. The Jets have been playing a little better, and when I say a little better, what I mean by that is Aaron Rodgers has been playing better, and his connection with Garrett Williams, or Wilson, I should say, has started to blossom. So that's a positive if you're looking for positives, right? But ultimately, I'm not supporting the enigma here. I just don't have any interest in the Jets at this point. The Rams have had extra rest this week, so normally when I see a team going across the country, I'll take that into account, right, because of the time change and all that. The extra rest for the Rams will be huge here. Also, the Rams are playing to win the West. The Jets are playing for nothing. This is a small number. And Sean McVay, in December, all-time, 24-10-1 against the number. I'm seeing this at 3.5 in some spots. At 3.5, I start to get nervous. I will happily take the Rams laying a field goal. Let's go Rams -3 in the Meadowlands.
I feel like this is going to be a great game for props. Like, I'm not sure which side is the right one because to me it feels like the Rams. But I don't know. You're right. The Jets have been playing better. Devontae Adams has had back-to-back games with over 100 receiving yards. I think what I'm going to do is play some props in this game. But you're right. I am very tired of the enigma. Like, all right. Enough, Aaron Rodgers. We don't need to hear about you anymore. If you want to watch this one, it's a 1 Eastern start in the Meadowlands on Sunday.
Pick six.
All right, buckle up, baby, because this one's going to be a little gutsy. I'm taking the Titans +3.5 on the road at the Colts. For me, this is more about the fact that this is a division rival game and Mason Rudolph is starting. Listen, the Titans are terrible this year, only 3 wins to their name, but 2 of those have come when Mason Rudolph is starting. So instead of Will Levis, the turnover machine, we get Mason Rudolph, who is certainly not Tom Brady, but he at least gives this team a chance to win. And if you're looking at the other side, Anthony Richardson and some of the mistakes that the Colts made last week, this does not feel like a team that I would trust as a favorite either. So if you look at this division rival over the last 6 meetings, the dog has covered in 4 of the last 6. So for me, it's all about who's getting points. You get over a field goal in this one. So in Mason Rudolph, we trust. I feel like this is going to be a decent game for Tony Pollard, kind of the unsung hero of the Titans this year. The books won't even put his rushing prop up yet. So I feel like Mason Rudolph and Tony Pollard can at least keep it close here. Let's go Titans +3.5.
I like it. Betting on your Titans. It takes a lot of guts. That was like me betting on the Panthers last week. How did that turn out? Oh, God, never again. Sometimes, you have to harm yourself a little bit and teach yourself a lesson. And I was like, that's what you get for betting on the Panthers. But 3.5 is 3.5. Anthony Richardson is not playing well right now. So, Chelsa, I like it. It is Titans and Colts, a 1 o'clock Eastern battle at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Pick six.
Okay, here we go. Bengals -7 hosting the Browns. It's -122 because I'm seeing this at 7.5 in some spots. I don't like laying over a touchdown, so I'll play it at 7. This is about the quarterbacks, and now we know that the Browns are going with third-string quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Remember him from UCLA? Really good college quarterback, but Jameis Winston has not been delivered from his interception. So Browns are going with DTR. On the other side, you have Joe Burrow playing his best football of the season, 36 touchdowns this year. That's already broken his franchise record. And the Bengals still have a small chance to make the playoffs. It's small, but they still have a chance. Also, look at the numbers here. The Bengals, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 home games against Cleveland. Plus, the Browns have just been awful all the way around this year. 4-10 against the spread overall. That is tied for the second worst mark in all of the NFL. The Bengals get it done. Cover this touchdown. Let's go Cincy, -7.
The second that it wasn't Jameis Winston and it's DTR, that's when I lost faith in the Browns. Because at least Jameis gives you like a fighting chance. Maybe he throws like 3 picks, but at least, you're in the game. So, DTR, I'm sorry. Not going to be on you. Not going to be on the Browns. I'd be with you, Jenks. If you want to watch him, the Battle of Ohio getting underway at 1 Eastern in Cincinnati on Sunday.
Pick six.
All right, next up for me, a game between two teams that I feel like people don't care too much about, which is wild to say about the Cowboys, because this year has been wildly disappointing. But I'm going to go Bucs Cowboys over 48. I kind of waffle between going the over in this game or laying the number with the Bucs here, because I think a lot of this, stems from my faith in the Bucs offense. We've seen what Mike Evans has been doing. My goodness, is this guy an ageless wonder? Had over 150 yards receiving last game, and it feels like another palatable matchup defensively going against the Cowboys this week. I feel like when you take overs in football, you have to have some faith in the underdog to at least put some points on the board. I think that's going to be the case because at least you have somebody like Cooper Rush who has a main target like CeeDee Lamb, who's going for some personal milestones still this season. So he still has a lot of motivation to play for. And plus, you look at both these teams, they have been cash cows to the over this season. Both teams sitting with an over-under record of 9-5 on the year. I think we see a lot of points in this one. Maybe it's mostly the Bucs, a team that scored at least 26 points in 4 straight games. But I think the Cowboys can at least put up at least a contributing total in this one. So let's go over 48. Bucs, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. And I'm surprised the Cowboys have shown a little fight. Even Jerry Jones was saying yesterday, it sounds like, you never know. Things can change from week to week in the NFL. Sort of sounds like he might keep Mike McCarthy next season, which I would never expect. But the way he's sounding right now, like this team hasn't quit, we're really injured. So even though we assume the Cowboys are going to make these big changes after the year, maybe not. Regardless, we do see the Bucs and Cowboys Sunday Night Football at Jerry World.
Pick six.
I believe this is a squad play. Ravens. Squad play. Ravens, Steelers, under 45. This number seems way too high for a couple of teams in the black and blue division. They know each other really well. When that happens, you tend to see more defensive battles anyway. Now we know that TJ Watt trending towards playing, so that's massive for this Pittsburgh defense. What was the stat you threw out without him? They're 1-10. Like they become a completely different unit when he is off the field. You know he's going to go in this one. And if there's one thing we know about the Steelers, they have a plan. They have had a lot of success recently at just containing Lamar Jackson. Lamar's Lamar. He's going to get his. But ultimately, Mike Tomlin really knows how to at least slow him down enough. When these two teams played back on November 17th, Steelers won 18-16, 34 points in that one. Ravens are also the most penalized team in the league, and so whenever you have a team or franchise that racks up a lot of penalties, then that can set you back, keeps you from getting into the end zone. The under has hit in the last 8 straight games between these two teams. I think the number's too high. Under 45 in Charm City is where we're going.
Yeah, I think that's the play as well. I kind of thought for a second to take the Steelers and the points because I think it's going to be a lower scoring game and points are going to be at a premium. But I don't have faith in the Steelers offense without George Pickens. He's been missing the last few games. He is their downfield threat, and it's really taken the offense back to the level that it used to be at. When they don't have that explosive threat down the field, it's easier for defenses to read Russell Wilson and keep this team, off the scoreboard. So I think that you combine that with the fact that we have TJ Watt in this game. So one side of the equation, you have a really explosive Ravens offense, but you also have a really great defense for the Steelers. Divisional matchup, like you said, 8 straight unders, and also even in the last 10, 2-8 over-under record between these two teams. So divisional battle, I think it's going to look a lot like you would expect an AFC North battle to look. So it's going to be a squad play on the under here, also kind of like the Steelers, but under 45 definitely feels like the way to go.